The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Thitimaa Phansi. Chapter 16. Tom's Dream. Becky's Revenge. That was a great secret. The plan to return home with his brother pirates and attend their own funerals. They had sailed over the Missouri sides on a log at twilight on Saturday, landing 5 or 6 miles below the village. They had slept in the woods till nearly daylight, and had then crept through the back lanes and finished their sleep upstairs in the church. At breakfast on Monday morning, Aunt Polly and Mary were very loving to Tom and very attentive to his wants. There was an unusual amount of talk, in the course of which Aunt Polly said, "Well, perhaps it was a fine joke, Tom, but it was cruel to let me suffer so. If you could come over on a log and attend your funeral, you could have come over and told me that you weren't dead." "Yes, you could have done that," said Mary, "and I believe you would if you had thought of it." "Would you, Tom?" asked Aunt Polly, rather sadly. Well, I don't know. It would have spoiled everything." "Tom, I hope you love me as much as that," said Aunt Polly in the grief tone that comforted the boy. "It would have been something if you cared enough to think of it, even if you didn't do it, Tom. You'll look back someday when it's too late, and wish you cared a little more for me when it would have cost you so little." "No, Auntie, you know that I do care for you." "I know. It's better if you show me that you care." "I wish now I would thought," said Tom regretfully. "But I dream about you, anyway. That's something, isn't it?" "It isn't much. A cat does that, but it's better than nothing. What did you dream?" "Why, Wednesday night I dreamed that you were sitting over there by the bed, and Sis was sitting by the woodbox, and Mary next to him." "Well, so we did. So we always do." "And I dreamed that Joe Harper's mother was here." "Why, she was here. Did you dream any more?" "Oh, lots. But it's so dim now." "Well, try to remember, can't you?" "Somehow it seemed to me that the wind blew the Try harder, Tom. The wind did blow something, yes?" Tom pressed his finger on his forehead for an anxious minute, and then said, I've got it now. It blew the candle, and it seemed to me that you said, 'Why, I believe that door.'" "God heaven! Go on, Tom, go on. Just let me think a moment, just a moment. Oh, yes. You said that you believed the door was open. That's as true as I'm sitting here. I did. Didn't I, Mary?" Go on. And then, well, I won't be certain, but it seems as if you made it go and, well. What did I make him do, Tom? You made him shut up. Shut it. Goodness gracious, I've never heard anything like that in all my days. This is so some truth in dreams. Serna Harper shall know of this before I'm an hour older. When I tell her about my dream, she say, rubbish and fancy. Go on, Tom. Oh, it is all getting as bright as day now. Next, you said that I wasn't bad, only mischievous. And so I did. Well, go on, Tom. And then you began to cry. I did. Not for the first time either. And then Miss Harper began to cry and said Joe was just the same, and she wished that she hadn't whipped him for taking the cream which she threw away herself. Good Lord, Tom, this is a miracle. Goodness gracious. Go on, Tom. Then he said, I don't think I said anything, says it. Yes, you did it, said Mary. Shut your mouth and let Tom go on. What did he say, Tom? He said, I think he said he hoped I was happier where I had gone to, but if I'd been better sometimes. Do you hear that? His very words. And you made him shut up. I did. An angel must have shown you all that, Tom, but there was an angel with you. And Miss Harper told about Joe making her jump, and you told about Peter and the painkiller. As true as I'm sitting here. Then there was a lot of talk about having the funeral on Sunday, and then you and Miss Harper cried, and she went. It happened just so. Tom, you couldn't have told it better if you seen it. And then what? And then I thought you prayed for me, and I could see you and hear every word. You went to bed, and I was so sorry that I wrote on a piece of bark. We're not dead. We're only being pirated. And I put it by the candle. And then you looked so good, lying there asleep, and I thought I went on, leaned over and kissed you. Did you, Tom? Did you? I forgive you everything for that. And when she threw her arm about him, he felt the guilty of villain. Here is a big apple I've been saving for you, Tom. If you were ever found again, now of you go, all of you. You've wasted enough of my time." The children left for school, and the old lady went to call on Miss Harper and conquer her disbelief with Tom's marvelous dream. What a hero Tom was now! He did not do jumping and dancing, but stepped with his chest out like a pirate who felt that the public eye was on him. He tried not to seem to see the look or hear the remark as he passed along, but there were food and drink to him. Smaller boys than himself flocked at his heels, as proud to be seen with him as if he had been the drummer at the head of the procession or an elephant leading a circus into town. Boys of his own size pretended not to know that he had been away at all, but in the reality they were eaten up with envy. They would have given anything to have the dark, sunburnt skin of his and his glittering fame. At school, the children were so full of admiration for Tom and Joe that the two heroes soon became unbearably vain. Finally, when they got out their pipes and went puffing around, the very height of glory was reached. Tom decided he couldn't be independent of Becky Dasher now. Glory was sufficient. He would live for glory. Now that he was distinguished, perhaps she would be wanting to be friends again. Well, she would see that he could be as proud as some other people. Presently she arrived. Tom pretended not to see her. He moved away, joined a group of boys and girls, and began to talk. Soon he observed that she was running gaily to and fro, pretending to chase schoolmates, and screaming with laughter when she made a capture. But he noticed that she always made her capture in his neighborhood. After a time she gave up playing and moved hesitatingly about, glancing occasionally at Tom. Then she observed that Tom was talking more particularly to Emmy Lawrence than to anyone else. She grew disturbed and uneasy at once. She tried to go away, but her feet led her to the group instead. "Mary, I want to tell you about the panic," said Becky to a girl almost at Tom's elbow. "Oh, who's going to give it?" "My master going to let me have one. I hope she will let me come." "She will. That's the panic for me. She'll let anybody come that I want, and I want you." "That's nice of you. When is it going to be?" "Soon, perhaps in the holidays." "Oh, won't it be fun? Are you going to invite all the boys and girls?" "Yes, everyone who is a friend of mine or want to be," and she glanced at Tom. But he talked on to Amy Lorraine about the storm and the island, and how the lightning told and great tree to beat a while. He was standing within 3 feet of it. With a clapping of joyful hands, all the group begged for invitation except Tom and Amy. Then Tom walked off with Amy. Becky's eyes filled with tears. She went as soon as she could and sat alone till the bell rang. Then she dried her eyes, held up her head, and said that she knew what she would do. During the interval, Tom continued in the company of Amy and kept wandering about to find Becky in order to make her feel angry. At last he caught sight of her. She was sitting on a little bench behind the school looking at the picture book with Alfred Temple. So deeply interested were they, and so close together were their heads over the book, that they did not seem to notice anything else. Jealousy ran red hot through Tom. He called himself a fool for throwing away the chance of becoming friends again which Becky has offered. Amy happy talk became unbearable. Tom spoke vaguely about something which he had to do and hastened away. She thinks that this overdressed fool is better than I am, he thought, grinding his teeth. Oh, all right. I gave him a beating the first time I saw him, and I'll do it again. He went through the motion of fighting an imaginary boy, hitting the air and kicking and pulling. Oh, you had enough, have you? You have you? Now let that be a lesson to you. And so the imaginary beating was finished to his satisfaction. Tom fled home at noon. His conscience could not bear any more of Amy's grateful happiness, and his jealousy made the sight of Becky and Alfred Temple together unbearable too. Becky looked at some more pictures with Alfred, but no Tom came to suffer. She grew miserable, and when Alfred kept on exclaiming, "Oh, here's a nice one, look at this," she lost patience and said, "Oh, I don't care for them," and got up and walked away. Alfred went thoughtfully into the deserted school. He easily guessed the truth. The girl had simply made use of him to annoy Tom Sawyer. He wished that there was some way of getting the boy into trouble without much risk to himself. His eye fell on Tom's spelling book. Here was his opportunity. He opened it as a lesson for the afternoon and poured ink upon the page. Becky, glancing in at a window behind him, saw him and moved away quickly. She hurried away, intending to find Tom and tell him. Tom would be thankful, and their troubles would be ended before she was halfway home. However, she changed her mind. She thought of Tom's treatment of her when she was talking about the panic, and she determined to let him be punished on account of the damaged spelling book, and to hate him forever too.